Hi everyone, I'm Whitney and this is Come Home for Comfort. Welcome to my Christmas decor tour. This year I made a challenge to myself to not purchase any new decor. I made myself use everything I had on hand, but I wanted to do something a little bit different than last year. So this is a little different. Some of it's exactly the same, but it is a little more muted than last year. I did a lot of bright reds and golds, and I went more with the green and the silver and the gold this year. I really loved how it turned out. So I'm going to take you through and also give you some tips behind the scenes and some funny stories as I show you my tour. So here we go. This is my entry table here, and I just used a very simple little mercury glass pine cone garland with some twinkle lights, and I hid the twinkle lights behind this little stack of books where I had this mini tree. There's one battery pack right there. It's easy to get to. That's a big, deal for me. I hate having to hang upside down trying to turn my lights on. So I just hide the other one right there. So there's two strands. This is a quick little look at my living area. Here is the coffee table. I was inspired to put this together from a post I saw on Instagram, and I will share that on my Instagram feed sometime this month. So if you're not following me there, jump on and follow me on Instagram so you can see how I was inspired to put this together. But I love just the simplicity and kind of the elegance of the green and the silver and the gold, using all things I had on hand again in a different way. It was really fun to put this all together. This book belonged to my grandmother. I love using my family's treasures in my decorating. It's just one of my favorite things. So I love how that tray came together. Here's my tree, a little look at it in the daytime. I filmed some of this tour in the daytime, some of it at night, so you kind of see a little bit of both. So this is the daytime view of my tree. And I just mixed my gold and my silver balls with some little picks, like icicle picks. I tied ribbon bows onto some of my ornaments to give it a little bit of a different texture. Just put on different things. I had really had a lot of fun putting this together. This tree is a 6-foot skinny tree from Target. I got it a couple years ago and it has held up so well. I've just really found that in a small house, we have a small ranch, that small trees work the best. My tree skirt is a tablecloth. And then I just, I don't have to use a tree skirt. I can use different things every year, and I really like how that tablecloth looks. So there's a look at it later on in the day when things are a little more gold, in that golden hour glow. We each hang our stockings here on the piano, and I did not wrap those presents for the tour. My husband has game, and he wraps presents really early, and those are a few of mine that are sitting there. Isn't that so sweet of him? So here's one more look at the little tree in the evening with all the different textures. That's an old tree topper that I just stuck in there. I think it looks pretty cute. This is my favorite part of my Christmas decor. I do this every year. This garland here is just an old Dollar General garland wrapped with more of that acorn. Is that acorn? I always say that. Pine cone garland and some little picks. But what I do is every year I just print out our Christmas card and I frame it in a Dollar Tree frame. And I have a few of them on hand just in case they don't make those anymore. I need a few more. But I just love how this looks here with all of our Christmas cards framed and together. I love how the Christmas lights reflect on the piano. I think it's so pretty. So here's a look at the house again. This is during the daytime, not at night, but it looks pretty cozy, if I do say so myself. I don't have new furniture. My lamp is crooked. There are cats all over my house. I do not have a perfect house, but I really love it. I'm very thankful for it. Take you into the dining room now. If you watched my Goodwill Challenge video, I've already seen this. I won't spend too much time here. I just put this together with a little treasure that I found at the flea market and a few things that, of course, I've had on hand like everything else. Nothing's new this year, which has been really fun to work with what I had on hand. The wreath that I put on this window here is from Dollar Tree, and I just took a little bit of white paint and just kind of dabbed it on there just to give it a little texture and to take off that cheap wreath shine, and I think it looks much better that way. Here's the entry table. Again, this was inspired by an Instagram post that I saw, so I will share that with you this month on my Instagram so you can see how I was inspired by someone who does a lot of beautiful blue and white decor to put this little vignette together. These pieces are from the flea market. No, not the flea market. They're from the Goodwill. I find a lot of my blue and white pieces at thrift stores, and that's where those are from. That little teacup is from England, and I got it for $0.25. Can't beat that. Here in this little vase, I have some picks that are from an old Christmas tree. It's just fake Christmas tree branches that I just stuck down in there. It's a great tip if you're going to get rid of a tree. Pull off some of the branches and use that as your garland. It works really, really well. We're going to move into the kitchen here in just a second. once the video catches up with me. There it is. There's my kitchen. I have just a few things in here because I want the kitchen to be functional still, so I don't put a whole lot out. And if you notice that little plate of muffins there on the counter, just watch those as we go through the video, because through the magic of editing, something's going to change about those, but I'll tell you in just a minute. Here's my little coffee station. I have a mixture of vintage coffee cups and cups from the Dollar Tree. Comes together to make it look really cute. I love those little Santa mugs. That one is from the thrift store, and that one's from Dollar Tree. I love my Ninja coffee maker, by the way. If you don't have one, they're great. I'll show you the corner here in my kitchen. This little Max, I always say that backwards, wax melt warmer is really old. My mom gave it to me. She was tired of it, and I was happy to inherit it. And if you can tell me what movie this chalkboard sign is from, inspired by, leave me a comment. I'd love to know if we have similar favorite Christmas movies. That's from one of my favorite movies of all time. So leave me a comment if you recognize what that's quoting. I love chalkboards because you can change them seasonally just by erasing them and putting a new message on there. It's such a great decor hack, I guess. So there's that little pedestal again with the muffins. There are now like 5 on there because my husband kept eating them. As I was filming this on different days, I had to keep refilling the plate because they kept disappearing. It was kind of funny. How dare he, right? Eat my props. Just kidding. The only other room that I decorate for Christmas is our guest room. I'm in this room a lot because we do have a small house, and it has plenty of extra counter space where I can put a few things out. This is almost the exact same that I did for fall. All I did was change out the flowers. You can watch that fall decor tour of this room if you want to see how it looked in the fall time. It's amazing how just changing out those red flowers from the orange ones makes a huge difference. And I can leave this out really all winter. The pine cones and the red and the blue are very wintry as well. Another thrift store blue and white vase there as well. This room is really sentimental for me. It holds a lot of furniture that I had when I was a little girl growing up. It's just kind of fun as a sentimental person to have things that I had in my room when I was a little girl, like this piece right here. That little house I had when I was very small. I had it in my room my whole life, and it just is really sweet to me to have things that I remember having in my room when I was growing up. So if you have a piece of Christmas decor that you've had since you were a child, leave me a comment down below and tell me what it is, something you pull out every year. If you're sentimental like me, I would love to hear what that little piece is. So it's just here in my guest room, and it gives me all the feels when I see it. It's just so English and just so sweet. I love it. And that is the end of my tour. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that this was enjoyable for you. Maybe you picked up an idea or two for something you can do in your Christmas decor. And if not, I hope you just enjoyed watching. I really have so much fun. It's a lot of work putting out Christmas decor, but it's worth it. It's so fun now to sit here and have this view from my couch and just enjoy the cozy. So I hope that you are having a wonderful, cozy day in your Christmas home. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.